welcome back to Found in the Wild. I'm Vo, and I'm so excited you're here for episode 2. If you're just tuning in for the first time, this podcast is all about the thrill of discovery, unearthing hidden gems, exploring the stories behind the finds, and diving into the world of thrift shopping and sustainability. Now, before we dive deeper into those themes in the future episodes, I want to take a little detour today and share something personal. While the purpose of the podcast is to celebrate thrift culture, creativity, and community, I feel it's important to give you a glimpse into my world and how I'm connected to it all. You see, during the day, I work at the Goodwill Outlet, better known to many as the bins. Yeah, the treasure trove of secondhand items you've heard about, where everything is sold by the pound and you never know what you're going to find. Working at the Goodwill isn't just a job for me. It's been an eye-opening, rewarding, and sometimes chaotic experience that's shown me both sides of the thrift world, the thrill of the hunt, and the behind-the-scenes effort it takes to make it all happen. What's it like to work at the bins? Well, imagine starting your day with a mountain of donations. Everything from vintage treasures and forgotten family heirlooms to quirky, yet the practical, and yes, sometimes the puzzling. We sort, price, and roll these items out onto the floor in big blue bins, where the magic, or mayhem, depending on your perspective, happens. It's not just about selling stuff. It's about connecting with people and hearing their stories. It's about watching customers light up when they see something unexpected and perfect for them. And it's about seeing how these once forgotten items get a second chance at life. I've also had the unique experience of working on both sides of the table, so to speak. As someone who's both shopped at the thrift stores and worked behind the scenes, I've gained a deep appreciation for how much effort and care goes into the process. It's not about filling tables or bins. It's about creating opportunities, reducing waste, and building a sense of community. Now, I want to be clear. This isn't the overall focus of Found in the Wild. This podcast isn't just about me, my job, or my family. It's about something bigger. It's about inspiring you to see the beauty in the things others might overlook, to appreciate the stories behind the finds, and to discover the joy of giving new life to old treasures. But I felt that it was important to share this part of my journey with you because it's a big part of who I am and what motivates me. It's given me a front row seat to the magic of thrift shopping, and it has taught me lessons I can't wait to explore with you in further episodes. Starting in Ashland, Oregon, I was a cashier, a retail supervisor, a production supervisor, and I was able to learn a lot about what it took to work in a thrift store. It was cool because going into it, I was like, oh, it's just a Goodwill, it's just a thrift store, I got this. It's like, holy moly, it's work, it's a regular job, and it definitely is fun. It's a great experience. And then working my way from being a production lead, I went on to our warehouse, the bins. So the bins in our location isn't just bins. It's also the warehouse. It's a hub that holds all the merchandise that comes in from all of our stores in the Southern Oregon area. It's awesome. Got a lot of great people I work with. I got to know a lot more customers there as well. I knew a couple of them from shopping at other stores and working in Ashland. And also buying from booths at some of their places. So it's really cool to get to know these resellers and customers on a personal level. Getting to hear their stories has been great. And I look forward to going and shopping on Mondays. You guys see on Instagram that I go shopping. I go picking on Mondays on one of my days off. And just having conversations with the customers. It's just great. Getting to know what they do, why they do it, what they're looking for. It's just a cool experience. And like I said a minute ago, being able to see those cool things come on the table, something that you couldn't think you'd ever see again, or you've forgotten completely about. Kind of like that Ghostbusters house in the last episode I was talking about. Could not believe I found that. Some of the craziest things I have found has been at the Goodwill bins. Just crazy to think that I've gone and I found so much cool stuff there. I've heard stories of what people have found. But working at the bins, it's so cool. Working at a thrift store, if you get a chance, you should work at a Goodwill or volunteer time at any thrift store that takes volunteers. It makes the world go round. Being on the other side of the table, it's really cool to see what happens at a thrift store. And it's more than just like, hurry up, get these tables out. I ain't got all day to wait. There's so much that goes on. There's so much stuff you have to do. You got to make sure that those tables are full, but yet they're safe. So there's nothing crazy on there that can hurt someone. We also have protocols. We have trucks that come in. We have donations to take. And we have to make sure those things are in good enough quality to make it to the sales floor. So we're always looking out for people. It's just a great perspective to see what goes on inside a thrift store. I love being at Goodwill. I've worked retail most of my life in big box stores or customer service. But Goodwill is my favorite place that I've worked when it comes to retail. And I look forward to seeing what happens next. I'm currently a coach guide. I say coach because I might as well be a coach. I feel like a coach sometimes. But I'm a Good Works guide. And I train new employees, and I also work with interns that come in. At our Southern Oregon Goodwill, we have an 8-week paid internship for people that can get back into the workforce if they have barriers or they just haven't worked in a long time. Gives them an opportunity to get back in the workforce, to learn skills that they need to work. We also help them with resume building. They can go and print out their resume. They get help with things that they may need, like resources to help them live, help better sustain themselves. And it helps them get back into the workplace. And I love my position. I get to train people and be a part of their lives to see their personal growth. And being an employee at Goodwill makes it to where I can see change. Not just change that you can see coming from the register. I actually get to see people grow and improve their life. That's what it's all about, working at a Goodwill. There's a lot of bad stigma about Goodwill and thrift stores in general. But you know what? Those haters can kick rocks. So there you have it. A little window into my world. In the next episode, we'll dive back into the heart of Found in the Wild with The Hunt, thrifting like a pro. Until then, keep searching, keep finding, and remember, there's beauty in the wild. Happy hunting! Found in the Wild is a podcast by Hayvoe Pickers. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, and follow our shop on eBay.